In the quaint town of Willowbrook, Vermont, where autumn leaves painted the streets in hues of gold and crimson, and the air carried the scent of pine and fresh-baked bread from the local bakery, the year 1976 marked a shadow that would linger for decades. Amelia Hawthorne, a 25-year-old elementary school teacher known for her radiant smile and storytelling sessions that captivated her students, disappeared on a crisp October evening. She had been walking home from school, her satchel filled with graded papers and a bouquet of wildflowers picked by her class. The last person to see her was her neighbor, old Mr. Ellis, who waved as she passed his porch, her laughter echoing softly. When Amelia didn't arrive for dinner with her fiancé, James, a young carpenter building their dream home, he alerted the police. Searches spanned the dense forests and winding rivers, but only her scarf was found, tangled in brambles near a secluded path. No body, no witnesses, just a haunting silence that enveloped Willowbrook. Lead detective Elias Grant, a compassionate man with a family of his own, promised James, "We'll bring her home." But leads faded, the case shelved, and James married another, though he never forgot Amelia's gentle spirit. Her sister, Clara, only 18 at the time, preserved Amelia's room, filled with books and pressed flowers, a testament to her sweetness. The town whispered of tragedy, but life moved on, holidays tinged with unspoken sorrow. 47 years later, in 2023, Clara, now 65 and a retired librarian, received a letter in her mailbox, the envelope yellowed with age, postmarked from a distant nursing home. "I have carried this burden too long," it began. "Your sister deserves peace." Clara's hands shook as she read on, the silence of decades finally shattering like fragile glass. Clara sat in her cozy living room, the letter unfolding like a long-buried secret. The sender, an elderly woman named Margaret Ellis, Mr. Ellis's widow, confessed that her husband had witnessed something that night, but stayed silent out of fear. He saw Amelia arguing with a man near the path, a push, a fall into the river. He thought it an accident, but the man threatened him. Clara's heart raced. Mr. Ellis, the kind neighbor who brought them cookies every Christmas? Sweet memories flooded. Amelia teaching Clara to bake pies, their laughter filling the kitchen. Clara called her daughter, Sophie, a 40-year-old journalist with a knack for uncovering truths. "Mom, this could be it," Sophie said, rushing over. They contacted Detective Lena Vasquez, a brilliant investigator in her 30s, known for solving cold cases with empathy and precision. Vasquez arrived, her eyes kind yet sharp, as Clara handed over the letter. "This changes everything," Vasquez said. Forensics confirmed the paper's age, ink matching 1976 samples. Margaret, in hospice, verified via video, "My husband carried guilt until his death. Forgive us." The town stirred, old residents recalling Amelia's kindness, organizing charity drives, helping children read. Clara visited Amelia's grave, whispering, "We're close, sister." The revelation sweetened the pain, hope blooming like spring flowers after winter's silence. Vasquez reopened the case, pulling dusty files from the archives. Detective Grant, retired at 85, joined via call, his voice steady. "I knew it wasn't random," he said, recalling Amelia's engagement ring missing. Clara provided Amelia's diary, sweet entries about James's proposals of her starlit skies, but hints of a jealous admirer. Sophie investigated, interviewing elders. One remembered a stranger, Victor Lang, Vance's business associate, seen arguing with Amelia days before. Lang, now 78, lived in seclusion. Searches along the river using modern sonar found anomalies. Clara baked for the team, her pies a sweet gesture of gratitude. Sophie bonded with Vasquez over coffee, sharing stories of Amelia's love for literature. A breakthrough. Bones discovered in the riverbed, DNA pending. The town rallied, a vigil with lanterns floating on the water. Clara's grandchildren, 10-year-old twins Emma and Noah, drew pictures of Aunt Amelia smiling in heaven. The reawakening brought community closeness. silence giving way to shared memories. DNA confirmed the bones as Amelia's. Cause of death, blunt trauma consistent with a fall. Vasquez questioned Lang, who denied involvement but fidgeted. Vance was obsessed with her, he admitted. Sweet flashback in Clara's mind, Amelia and Clara picking berries, giggling about boys. James, now 75, met Clara, tears shared. I never stopped loving her. Investigations revealed Vance's letters to Amelia, unrequited love turned possessive. A witness, elderly Mrs. Thorne, recalled seeing Vance near the path that night. Suspicion mounted. Clara's family supported her, Sophie researching Vance's past, failed business, bitterness. The shadows deepened, but Clara's resolve sweetened by Noah's hug. We'll find the truth, Grandma. Vasquez's team found Vance's old journal, entries confessing regret. The puzzle pieces fit, suspicion turning to certainty. Lang broke, revealing Vance pushed Amelia in a fit of rejection, panicking and hiding the body. Vance, deceased, had confided before dying. Clara felt a mix of anger and pity, Vance's life wasted in silence. Sweet solace, Amelia's ring recovered from Vance's estate, returned to Clara. She wore it, feeling her sister's presence. The confession closed the case, but opened healing. Clara reunited with James, sharing memories. Sweet afternoon teas, laughter amid tears. The twins learned of their great-aunt's kindness, drawing her as an angel. Willowbrook honored Amelia with a library wing, poetry readings, sweet event, children reciting her words. Clara scattered Amelia's ashes at the river, whispering farewells. Sweet peace settled. Sophie uncovered Amelia's unpublished poems, publishing them. Sweet legacy lived on. Clara traveled with family, embracing life. Sweet adventures healed. Emma and Noah asked about Amelia, Clara sharing stories. Sweet bonds formed. Clara found love again, a gentle widower. Sweet dances under stars. Clara advocated for cold case funding, her voice strong. Sweet impact, laws changed. Holidays celebrated Amelia's memory with poems and pies. Sweet joy returned. Sophie became a best-selling author, Clara her muse. Sweet collaboration. Family trips to places Amelia dreamed of. Sweet reflections deepened love. A scholarship in Amelia's name helped students. Sweet giving back. Clara's 70th birthday surrounded by loved ones. Sweet milestones. Aging gracefully, Clara wrote her memoirs. Sweet contentment. The letter ended 47 years of silence, revealing truth stranger than imagined. A tragic accident, hidden by fear. But it brought closure, justice in forgiveness, and a sweeter life. Victory in love's enduring light.